Member for Barrera.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, sitting here listening to members opposite, I realised that the Labor Party puts on the best show in town. We've seen some wonderful performances this afternoon, Deputy Speaker, performances that would rival the greats. Olivier, Gielgud, Streep, none of them are as good as what we've seen from the political theatre of the Labor Party. No one does better confected outrage than the Labor Party. Give them the Golden Globes, give them the Academy Awards, give them the Logies. As actors, Deputy Speaker, they are world-class. But at running the country or at coming up with a plan for our future, any of the community theatre groups in the Barrera electorate could do a better job. I'm delighted today to speak about who's got the better plan for the future. Now, 6 years ago, the Leader of the Opposition was in a public contest with a member for Maribyrnong for the leadership of the Labor Party. It was an occasion for both men to outline their vision for the future. The Leader of the Opposition lost that contest and the member for Maribyrnong won. The Leader of the Opposition has never hid his ambition to one day lead the Australian Labor Party. So you'd think over the 6 years that he had not been the leader, he would have come up with a plan for the future of Australia, a plan for the Labor Party, a plan to do things different. Well, expectations, Deputy Speaker, were high, but the reality has proven different. The Leader of the Opposition, since he's taken the reins of the Labor Party, has been nothing but parliamentary tactics. We've seen the famous bitch and fold, where they vote against particular proposals and then they decide at the end of the day that they'll vote for them when their amendments don't pass. We saw that with the tax cuts. We saw it with the drought funding. We saw it with terror exclusion orders. We keep seeing it everywhere. Only on legislation dealing with unions do they fight to the death like Kilkenny cats. This shows, Deputy Speaker, that this is effectively the same old Labor Party with no plan for the future, no plan for ordinary workers, just a plan to protect union privilege. Now, I've been reading the very interesting 2019 Labor election review, and it's got some very important things in there for the Labor Party. There are two great Labor leaders, Craig Emerson and Jay Weatherall, and they've said this about Labor's policy formulation, and I quote, you don't have to go very far in, it's page 8. Labor's policy formulation should be guided by the national interest, avoiding any perception of capture by special interest groups. But what is the Labor Party fundamentally? The Labor Party is the political wing of the most corrupted, difficult special interest group in the country, the trade union movement. And on every single occasion that they have to put workers and productivity ahead of union privilege, they favour union privilege. The smart move for the Labor Party is actually to go back to representing the workers that they're supposed to represent, to get in touch. Still on page 8 of the review, and I quote, working people experiencing economic dislocation caused by technological change will lose faith in Labor if they don't believe the party is responding to their needs instead of being preoccupied with issues not concerning them or are actively against their interests. A grievance-based approach can create a culture of moving from one issue to the next, formulating myriad policies in response to a broad range of concerns, and I quote, but all the while ignoring ordinary working people. Labor clearly is not on the side of working people because, despite the review, despite all the noise, they continue to cling to their $387 billion of new taxes, including the retiree tax, including the housing tax. The Leader of the Opposition has talked today in this MPI about the Prime Minister throwing out the toys, but we've had a fortnight of those opposite throwing out the toys. We've had quorum calls, we've had divisions called, we've had nothing but a continual smear against the Minister for Emissions Reduction and against Brian Houston. It would be nice to hear from the Labor Party about their plans for the future. We, on the other hand, have very strong plans for the future. The tax cuts of up to $1,080 for ordinary working Australians, providing a pathway in 2024-25 so that 94% of Australians pay nothing more than 30 cents in the dollar. The safe borders. We repealed the terrible Medivac bill yesterday, and that has restored our border integrity. The infrastructure investments, $100 billion right across the country in projects like North Connects in my electorate. The free trade agreements, which means 70% of all exports are now under free trade agreements. The opportunities under our leadership, under the leadership of the Morrison government, are expanding Australia and giving us a plan and giving us hope and confidence in the future.